Hey haters, it's Peyton.
It's Ainsley. You want to start?
I guess. I feel like we haven't filmed in a while, even though it's been like a week, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just been a while. I mean, I don't have like crazy anything. I feel like you have more, and then I'll like feed off of it. Because I didn't do much this week, and anything I did with you this week.
I know, we didn't do much.
Right. I guess I'll talk about our friend. So this week we had one of our friends, he's a DJ, and he had like a DJ event, so into that.
We can name drop him. Give him a shout.
Max, of course.
Maximo. He goes by
Right.
Maximo in college, which is weird.
Oh, right. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. So we go to this place sometimes, and Max actually came and DJ'd, which was super fun. We're gonna do an episode with him one day. He has a brand that he's working on,
Yes.
and once both of these take off, we're gonna do
A little collab.
like a collab. So that'll be super fun. I'm excited for that. But we had that on Thursday, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, we have some pictures and stuff. Maybe we'll post some of the pictures. They're so cute. We got to be up behind the DJ booth.
He went to go talk to somebody, so he took off his headphones and got off the stage.
Yes.
I put those on so
fast. But they don't do anything.
They don't do anything. There was no. I don't understand how DJing works. There was no sound coming out. Like, I don't know. They weren't like noise canceling. They didn't have anything going on, like playing in them. I don't know what the point of those were.
Maybe they weren't connected or something. Like maybe because I mean they don't keep them on their head though. They put them around their neck. So like I think they're just there for show.
Yeah,
I think they're there for show. But
the pictures are cute though.
Yes, I know. We'll post all the pictures. So that was fun. But we had that with him, and then we'll do a collab with him at some point with his brand. So that'll be exciting. I mean, he didn't do too much though. I don't know. I feel like that was it.
Yeah, it's been a slow week.
Right.
Speaking of that place we go to, I told you last night that my friend went.
Yes.
So I have like this friend that like was when me and Peyton weren't friends. She was my bestie.
Mm-hmm.
So like me and her are still close. But she went there and she sent me a snap and she was like, "Oh, really? Guess where I am?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" The one night we're not there.
I know.
But she like starts sending me like voice messages and stuff, and she's like, "Everybody from high school is here." She was so stressed out because it was.
Why'd she go?
She just always goes. She just doesn't like. She goes to.
She does not always go. We always go. We would see her.
She always goes to. She just doesn't go to that one. So she was like.
Oh, she goes to a different location.
She goes to a different one, yeah. So she was like trying it out and like seeing how it is, and I don't think she's ever going back. It's scary.
Who'd she go with?
Her boyfriend.
Oh, I forgot she had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But I thought it was so funny how stressed out she is because like it's
that's
true.
How we feel.
Like we go and it's like a high school reunion. It's so bad.
I know. A lot of our friends go there. Or not even friends. A lot of people we went to high school with went there.
Yeah.
And so now it's like reunions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We just run into them.
God.
It's really scary.
Oh, we could get this is not part of the small talk I had planned, but we could get fired up about this rival podcast that just came out with some boys that went to high school with us that are also always at this place we go to. And Peyton gets so fired up about it.
Listen, I don't have like a huge issue. We're doing better, so it doesn't really matter to me. But my issue was, can I talk about how your friend like
yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell it or you
I'll start it and then you can say like
okay.
what happened. So my issue is that we graduated in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
They graduated 2023. So they have been graduated from our high school for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's ironic that after I'm talking with my hands because I know I'm about to get nails on.
Your nails are long right now. It's fine.
I know, but they're like long, so I feel like I can like go like I just realized I was doing it, so I had to point it out. Because I feel like you always talk with your hands.
I do.
And I like don't
the
move.
clips I'm like
exactly. Okay, but anyways, yeah, so I just feel like it's ironic that we start one only a year after we graduate, and they've been graduated for 2 years, which means they could have started this in the last 24 months. And it just is so ironic that it starts, like they start their own podcast
as soon as we start
like
one.
2 months after us. Like, and also now they're showing up to places we are. Come on. Like they hadn't been there in months.
Yeah.
And they'd been home for at least 2 months. So like in those 2 months they could have been there, but they start their podcast and then they show up where we hang out. So that like bothers me. But then this is what bothers me the most, and you can explain this part, but this is why like You explain it, and then I'll get angry.
I'm part of like this large group. Like it's super dorky. We all go to trivia twice a week, like whatever. One of the guys there randomly, like in the middle of like we were all talking, whatever, and he goes, "Ainsley, how's that podcast?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, like how's your podcast going?" And I was like, "Oh, it's going well." And he was like, "Yeah, I heard about it from my friends because they were called me the other day to ask to celebrate at the place we hang out because they were doing better than us."
Like, what do you? Okay, let's go through all the things. I won't get angry. Let's just go through everything. One, you're not doing better than us. We'll just start there. Like, you're not. No. Like, we can go off reviews, followers, any of it. We are beating you. That's done. Two, you're throwing a party or like having a thing because you're doing better than someone else.
Teenage girls, like these guys are in their 20s now.
Right.
Like
you're old. Like at least we're still teenagers. You are in your 20s and you're like, Thursday night, let's throw something celebrating we're doing better than us two.
Teenage girls that we have never spoken to.
Right. Like I've never talked to either of these guys, have you? I think I might have had one conversation with one of them. Like I feel like I can vividly remember, but like other than that, no.
I forgot this. I don't even think I mentioned it to you. But you know, like leading up, probably like the week before they like dropped that they're releasing a podcast, one of like the co-hosts starts following me on everything, and I'm pretty sure like you know how they unfollow and follow back.
Wait, which one?
So the blonde one.
Oh, okay.
Starts following me. He's followed my like spam account on Instagram. Nobody follows that. Like he's following me on TikTok. I'm pretty sure he's on my like requests on Snap. Like out of nowhere, like he's trying to like get my attention, and then they dropped that they're releasing a podcast.
I know. Like, listen, everyone, and again, like we said, like the first episode, if you want to go and like do your thing, like that's what we're doing. Like no judgment, but to be like we're doing better than you guys, we're having a thing.
They made it a competition.
Exactly, and at the place we've been going to for years. Like actual years. That's my issue. But I mean, going to the place we always go to, I mean, we go at least twice a week. My boyfriend goes like 3 or 4 times a week with his friends. Like we are like we go there quite often. So to be like we're gonna go to this exact location and celebrate doing better than the 2 people that go there on a regular, get yourselves together. It's 2025. You need to man up. That's it.
It's embarrassing. Again, they're 20-year-olds doing this.
Right. And to call your friend, too, and be like, hey, come to this thing. Yeah, as if he wasn't going to tell you.
It's kind of weird because they're not even close. Like, he mentioned that. He was like, we're not, like, the host invited my friend, somebody I'm friends with, that they are not super close with, to go celebrate beating me at something. Like I don't know what they expected to happen. He didn't go. Like
right. And I think he honestly just called your friend, like the host just called your friend, because
hoping it would get back.
It was the only person closest to you. Like he was like, who do I know that's close to Ainsley? And he was like, well, I'm not super close with him, but I'm kind of close enough that it'll get back to her. And I think that's what happened. Which like, get yourself together, please.
Yes.
Be an adult. Just be an adult. That's it. I forgot about that. Actually, I haven't been annoyed about that in a few days.
Yeah. You're doing so good. I know. You haven't brought it up.
I know. Because it kind of like went over my head. Like I got angry about it and then I was like, you know what? We are doing better. I can move on. And that's it. Anyways, but I really just think you need to like check yourself in that area because if you are obsessed with 2 19-year-old girls, you're 19. I'm sorry. I thought you were 20 for a second.
That's crazy.
No, that's in February. Wait.
I am not 20 yet.
Not February 14th. That's Valentine's Day. February 9th?
Yeah. Sorry, this is off topic. Peyton's convinced my birthday is Valentine's Day, and I don't know where it came from.
It's because I just associate that whole month with Valentine's Day.
What did you put? You put my
password.
Our password. She put our 2 birthdays.
And it's very much. I put like 16, 14 because mine's May 16th. And then yours is not Valentine's Day.
Mine
like,
is not.
I don't know. The whole month of February, I just like it's all Valentine's Day. I'm so sorry. I know your birthday.
It's fine, but like
I know it.
Crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, but if you're 2 20-something-year-old guys obsessing over 2 19-year-old girls and what we're doing, like
get over yourselves, get a life. Like Go do anything. Like, good thing they're starting a podcast. Apparently they need to put their energy somewhere.
Right, exactly. They have too much time on their hands, so you know what?
Embarrassing.
It's fine with them. Whatever they want to do.
Okay. So, getting into the main topic here.
Oh no.
One of my ex-boyfriends, this one has not been mentioned before, but he dated in like sophomore year of high school for like 2 months over the summer. Like, such like not a big deal, but
careful, you're gonna offend him again. Does he want to shout out?
He does want to shout out.
Oh my god.
I won't say his name though. He doesn't deserve that much. But whatever. We dated for like 2 months. But since then, which sophomore year was what, 5 years ago now?
No.
I think it was 4 years.
4
years ago now?
Don't make us that old.
And like, we and him have every like few months like seen each other and like hung out, you know, and then
well, because he doesn't live here.
Right? I'm getting to that.
Okay.
But we dated, would stop talking, would talk about dating again, would stop talking, would talk about dating again, would stop talking. And finally, he just moved away. He moved states. So, and even still, he comes down once a year to see me. So,
aww. Keep him on a leash.
Not to see me. He's gonna get mad that I said that, but to see me, like, obviously. But whatever, we're texting last night because he's coming in town soon. And so, like, we're texting, whatever, and he's like, I can't believe you haven't mentioned me in your podcast yet. I didn't even know he was aware of the podcast. Like, he has never brought it up before.
That's so
we
funny.
have never talked about it, but apparently he's listened to every episode to know he has not been mentioned.
He's a silent follower. Hey, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'll take it.
So we kind of, we were brainstorming last night, and I was like, what is going to be the topic of today that I can mention him? And so the topic is, like, obsession. He's gonna be offended. He's gonna
be like, I didn't want to be mentioned that way. That's not what I meant.
But, like, to be going back and forth for 4 years.
Yeah. After,
like, what some people wouldn't even count as an ex at this point, like 2 months in sophomore year. We weren't even in sophomore year. It was before sophomore year. Like, it was that summer in between freshman and sophomore year. Like,
yeah.
We were children who dated for just the summer. Like, yeah. But there's such an, like, kind of obsessive nature of me and his relationship that it's kind of like the go back until you hate him thing, except we haven't gotten to the hate part yet. So, like, it's go back, stop talking, go back, stop talking, go back, stop talking.
I got so much judgment for what? This is the same situation.
Why? No.
It is. We dated for 2 months. You dated for 2 months. We were back and forth for 4 years.
But you and him are dating now, so it's fine.
But okay, that
wasn't for 4 years.
Yes, it was. We dated in my sophomore year.
Okay. And now you're dating for 2 years. That's like 2 years of back and forth. Me and him have had 4 years. We have double the time of back and forth.
No, we started this in 8th grade. We just dated in the middle.
No, that's not what we're talking about, though.
Regardless, 2.5 years.
Don't compare.
He's in Texas.
Exactly.
You're right, I'm not comparing.
You shouldn't compare them.
He's in Texas. You're doing long distance with someone that you're not dating.
Not even.
Continue on. I can't wait to edit this now.
So that's kind of like what the topic is like that obsession and obsessive relationships and the dislikable of them. So the obsessive nature of me and this ex's relationship is like, it gets hurtful when we are talking and talking and talking and talking, and then all of a sudden he likes this girl and he wants to get serious with her and obviously can't be texting his ex. Or so me and him aren't talking more, and I start dating a guy, and then him and that girl don't work out, so he comes back, and I'm already dating somebody. So, like, it is such a bad cycle because, like, this just happened recently, too. Like, this month, he was like, oh, there's this girl, and I, like, really wanted to be my girlfriend. And I was like, whoa, like,
I just had a boyfriend.
But, like,
what?
But, like, how dare he?
Right, so we're explaining why you're obsessed. Let's clarify that it's not him. It is you, too.
It is him, too.
Yes, but it's also you.
It is also me.
But, like, 60-40.
It's kind of like, it's like, dang, like, you're not supposed to want somebody else. And, like, he lives in another state, so, like, I have no idea that he's, like, even seeing somebody else until he tells me. Because I have no way of, like, keeping tabs on him.
Or post it.
Yeah.
That would be awkward.
He doesn't do that.
No.
So, like, it's kind of, like, mentally trying sometimes. Because it's like, oh, he's got a girl, apparently. I guess I've got to go find somebody else.
This is why you need to be single for just quite some time. We had this conversation about a week ago. What are you, 7 days strong?
It's 9 days now.
Okay. So I told Ainsley she needs to be single for a while and be happy single before she can think about being in a relationship. And that's, like, what, I mean, I don't know who else I was talking to. I think it was, like, my cousin or something a while ago. But I told her, I was like, and I'm telling you, like, you need to be so happy single before you can be in a relationship. Because if you are like, oh, like, I'm so sad I'm single, da, 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 then a part of you, whether you realize it or not, is getting into a relationship so you don't have to say, I'm single.
I have such a bad, like, habit of getting so insanely obsessed. Like I said, like, I'm still obsessed with one of my exes from practically freshman year. And so you don't even want to know about the most recent ones. Like, I am admittedly so obsessed with anybody I've been in, like, somewhat of a serious relationship in. Like,
even not serious. Let's calm down.
What are you talking about? I'm not obsessed.
You're obsessed.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
No. Anyways.
Okay.
So, like, and I feel like a lot of girls in this modern age, and especially teenagers, can relate to feeling that kind of obsession towards somebody. Like, it's somebody that you spend so much time with and, like, find yourself in, and then they leave or something happens and you're still left with that, like, feeling of, like, wait, I want, like, instead of being with them every day, you're thinking about them every day. So and I feel like a lot of girls can relate, so you can talk about my example.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, this is definitely not real world, but it's also kind of real world.
Like, a lot of people like her because they see her themselves in her.
That's true. So neither of us, like, sit down and watch Love Island, but we see the clips on TikTok. And Anza was talking about before this how, like, if you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. But with, like, the Huda and Jeremiah relationship, the way that, like, Huda's so obsessed with Jeremiah, and she's, like, crazy. I mean, she crashes out a few times in, like, 4 episodes because she's so obsessed with him, and everyone's, like, hating on her. And which, like, personally speaking, because I don't get the way you get, I'm like, what on earth is your problem? Get it together. But from, like, your standpoint, it's like, well, Jeremiah did all these things and, like, got her all obsessed with him, and then he was just gone. Like, he had to be recoupled with someone else. So, like, it leaves Huda with, like, a void, and she's like, what am I supposed to do now? I have all this time. I don't have my person anymore. I don't have someone to spend time with. So it leaves, like, a void, and that was, like, your example, is how she gets so obsessed, and then, like, people can relate to her because they, like, see themselves in her, mm-hmm. like you, where it's like, oh, I do that all the time. I felt that way with a guy. So yeah, but
she's a little bit of the extreme, though, because typically it doesn't happen within 3 days. You don't get obsessed with somebody,
but... right? She was pretty quick. It was, yeah, you're right. It was like 3 days. Ugh. So that's my other thing. Like, that is kind of on her. Like, what are we doing? She's embarrassing us.
I kind of have like another point
Okay.
to the obsession topic that Jeremiah falls into is I hate the things guys do to get girls obsessed and then they're mad about it when they are.
Yeah.
Like, so calling somebody out, there's this guy I'm obsessed with right now. And like I've liked him for a couple months. And it's just like I keep trying to like be like, no, he doesn't want me, like I need to give up. And then he does like a little thing and then it's like, oh well,
yeah.
He says he doesn't want me, but like why would he say that? Why would he do that?
I know.
So it's like those little things where I'm like, okay, I'm pulling back. I'm like, yes, I'm obsessed with him, but I shouldn't be anymore, so let me like take a step back. And then he does something to string along that obsession even more. It's the leash. And like such an issue. Because, like, I am trying to give up. I'm trying to be like, no, like, I'm
single.
And not crushing or obsessing over anybody. And then, like, we were all hanging out because he's one of Peyton's boyfriend's friends. And then he starts talking about marriage and kids. And, like, not, like, necessarily with me, but, like, it's still, like, whoa, like, where is this coming from?
I mean, it was
like,
kind of with you. No one else was listening.
Nobody else was listening to that conversation.
Like, the only reason I heard it is because I kind of looked over, like, what'd you just say? Like, because you guys were talking about it, and I looked over, like, huh? What was that? So, no, believe me, it was, like, you guys, no one else was listening.
Like, even, like, that's something I would do to make a guy obsessed. Like, if I was in his, like, position and I could feel somebody kind of, like, pulling away, I'd be like, oh, you know, I really want, like, 3 kids, and, like, I want, like, to get married soon, like, any guy would be like, oh, she's talking about me, exactly. Like, so that is very dislikable for somebody to do that, because it is working. Like, as much as I want to give up, I'm still like, what? No way, just like,
yeah.
Get the smile talking about him, like,
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Peyton is I'm just likable about this whole situation.
Listen, I would give anything for Ainsley and I to be able to go on double dates. I think that'd be so fun. We'd have, like, that would just be great, because I already know you well, I know my boyfriend well, I know all of his friends very well. So, like, this would all just be so great.
Fun, yeah.
But there is just some issues with that. And that one particular person.
I don't want anybody else.
I know.
Of his friends, so. Sucks for Peyton.
I know, I'm really trying. Because how fun would it be, like, double dates?
And, like, this guy, like, we've been on double dates, practically. With
oh, yeah, you're right.
Corbin and him. So, like,
I don't know.
It kills me, because, like, it's like, oh no, like, we're just friends, like, we're just friends, but, like, we also go on practically double dates.
Right.
Where he buys me food or buys me a drink, like, it's like, oh.
Yeah, and I mean, it is double dates, and we do have a trip actually coming up with some of my friends and some of my boyfriend's friends, so that'll be exciting. Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's so humbling. Because I guess I can go so many examples of, like, the crazy things he's done. Because I could talk about the travel bit just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, me and him, like...
This is not you being obsessed.
Well, it's him leading on my obsession.
Okay, that's
is what
fair.
The topic is. Like,
that's fair.
I am obsessed.
You
and
are.
This is what he's doing to make me obsessed, and
that's
I don't
true.
like that.
Well, I have an example that, like, we could share. I think I can say this. It's not bad, but...
Is it about me?
Yes, but anyways, we're sitting with him and, like, my boyfriend and his friends and whatever one time, and we're, like, all about to leave. This kind of goes back to, like, the marriage and kids thing, and Ainsley's complaining that she doesn't have any kids, and she was like, oh, I just really want a kid, and starts to walk away, and this friend goes, I could help with that.
And I didn't hear him say that.
No, she had no idea. And, like, she's walking away, too. And I, like, looked up at... Like, I'm not paying attention. And I just hear that and I like look up at him like, what'd you just say? And he was like, oh, you heard that? And I was like, yes. And he was like, do you think she did? And I was like, no. And he was like, okay. And then went back to doing his thing. And then like Ainsley's just like across the room. And I was like, and then we like walked outside and I told her and she was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And I was like, no, he fully did.
But
Like,
this
it's
guy
comments like that.
also refuses to hang out with me one-on-one.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I think he's just confused. I'm sorry.
I'm confused, and that's why I'm obsessed.
Well, maybe just show him that you want to be single and not be obsessed. You know what I mean? Hard to get instead of falling on top of him. No, let's not say that. Not with him. In certain situations, sure. Not with him. We're not lying today.
We're gonna get a lie detector test on the movies.
Can we please? No, actually, I don't. No. But kind of spinning it like in the opposite way. Because this is why we're very opposite. This is why it's good that we're friends. I don't get like this, I would say. Like, there's a few times where I've been like, I don't know. I don't want to call it obsession though, because yours is obsession. Mine is just like I'll be really like connected to someone and I'm like, oh, like I want them around like all the time, kind of. It's not like as crazy. Like with my boyfriend now, like, you know, I love him and I want to be around him all the time, but I'm not like falling crazy. And I feel like it also took a very long time to work up to that. So on like the separate side of it, it takes a while for me to be like
it's healthy though.
Right. My way is definitely healthier, yes. But I mean, I just think it's because I don't know. I feel like it takes a lot for me to even want to like not have a conversation with you. Like I'll talk to anyone, but like put effort in, I guess, like into something. So that's my thing is I'm like, I don't want to sit here and be like obsessed over you if you're not like, if you're just kind of there, you know, like I have to work up to it with people. So that's my thing is I definitely don't think I'm ever like crazy. Oh, I can think of, I think the only time though I've actually like been like obsessed was like years ago. I'm not saying when, but like years ago. And it was so stupid and it's literally your situation too, which bothers me so much. I think after this was my turning point. I was like, oh, I'm never going back to that again. Like you have one, hopefully this is your one. You have one and then it's kind of like, yeah, never again. But I definitely had one that I was just obsessed with. This was so long ago.
It was so long ago.
No, this was a really long time ago. But there was definitely one. And I mean, when I say he did nothing, like there was nothing he did that I was like, oh my gosh, like he likes me. There was no signs. There was nothing. I was just being crazy. But like any chance I got to talk to him or see him, run into him, I was there. Like easily, always.
And we like made a schedule around this guy.
Right.
To be in the right places at the right times.
Right. Oh my gosh, stop. I haven't thought about this. This was a really long time ago. But yeah, no, that's like my only one. That was from a while ago. But no, this one had me like, yeah, roaming the hallways, being like, oh, what's up over here? So I definitely think that. But then, yeah, then that was over and he was gone and we moved on. But so I think that was definitely my one where I was like, wow, all of that obsessing and it got me nowhere. Never mind, never doing that again. So maybe this will be your one where you're like, okay.
No, this is fun.
Miserable. Oh, see, it's fun so until it ends so horribly, though. Like mine was. See, that's what I said, and then mine. I'll bleep this. So you'll be hit by a bus, and then you'll die.
Would help me out. Not real obsession. This is like fun obsession.
Yeah.
Like if you had a girlfriend tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, ouch, and then move on. Like
what if he moved out of Florida?
So
whatever.
Anyways, So I'm gonna spin this topic another direction. So
Okay.
we've already had how we hate being obsessed, how we hate how guys make us obsessed. Um, and my I've got a huge ego,
Yes.
absolutely bonkers ego. It's mostly a joke. That's mostly a joke. But sometimes I hate how easily guys can become obsessed. So I told Peyton before we started filming that I wasn't going to talk about this,
Okay.
but now we are. So Peyton's boyfriend has this friend that you can talk about him. You haven't talked a lot.
Okay. Well, yeah, so my boyfriend, one of his close friends, he doesn't live here. He lives kind of far, but he visits sometimes. He's very nice. I like him a lot. I think he's a good person for my boyfriend to have around because he's very lighthearted. Like he's not a serious person, and so I think that's good because I feel like my boyfriend can be very serious.
Yeah, you can be.
So I think it's good that they even each other out very well. Even I know I
each other.
They even each other out very well. So I think he's a good person to have around. And like I said, I want to go on double dates. I want Ainsley to date someone in his friend group because that'd be so fun. Like that'd be so cute, and it would just whatever. I know I'm trying, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Sadly.
But the reason she's so supportive is because last time, the time he was in town last week, and then the time before that, me and him talked.
Oh, this was the birthday party. This was for my birthday party.
Yeah.
Okay. You talked about him on that episode.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. So I did talk about him.
Yeah.
But me and him talked. And that is why he, is so obsessed right now. And it's so, I feel bad because, like she said, she's very sweet. But, he has texted me so much this past week.
Because he's a sweetheart.
But,
okay, but let's explain the talking thing, though. Because, okay, so his background is just not... Okay, so I would just say in most of his relationships, they didn't talk as much. And, that's kind of it. They just didn't talk too much. But anyways... So I think it was refreshing for him to sit down and be with someone who wasn't like she just wanted to talk, and I think that was really refreshing because with other people that he's met and been with, that doesn't happen. So I think it was very nice. And also I just talked to you about slowing down. So I think that was also part of it, and you were you know what? I just want to talk to this guy. I want to get to know this guy. And he liked that a lot because it wasn't crazy and it wasn't, this and this and this. It was more just no, I want to sit down and get to know you. And I think that's never really happened before.
Yeah.
With either of you. So I think it was good. It was a good,
Yeah, it was good.
But he talks about that a lot, that you guys talked and he liked
about that one moment.
Because, there weren't 300 moments. You knew him twice. You knew him for 2 days.
Yeah. And then leading up to him coming back in town, he's texting me, and then while he's in town, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? Peyton's coming and doing this with me, with Corbin, and can you come do this? Da, 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 can you do that? Can you?" And I think I saw him once while he was in town, because, I'm just not that interested. And, Peyton even talked to him about how I'm trying to be single, and you think that would have helped, but he's still texting me. He saved my snap and chat yesterday and was like, "Oh, I didn't even mean to do that, but you're just so gorgeous." And I was like, "Thank you,"
because he's just a sweetheart.
But
whatever,
because they're all in the same friend group. He knows how I feel about one of his friends, so it's just
I feel like that's true though. Do you think, depending on your answer, I'll keep it in or not, Do you think that if the first guy that you're obsessed with in my boyfriend's friend group wasn't there, you would give this guy a shot or no? A shot. I didn't say marry him. I said a shot.
Maybe more of a shot, but I
Okay.
don't know. I'm just
Okay.
coming in a future episode. He's just not my type.
Okay.
And so it's just like,
That's fair.
and he's very sweet.
I know. This poor guy. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I definitely, though, like, I feel like it's kind of on me too because I definitely hyped it up.
You did hype it up.
Because I really wanted it to happen. Like, this is my, like, matchmaker moment. I was like, I need this to happen for my sanity. And also because I would just love it if my boyfriend had a friend that had a girlfriend.
As we've mentioned.
Because, like, I feel like then I won't seem as crazy because I know I'm thought of as crazy. Whatever. I think I'm pretty chill. Like, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm as crazy can get.
Anyways, so swing that back to, like, the topic. It's just, like, it hurts. Because, like, he is a sweet guy. And I just, like, even though I'm doing my best to not do anything to lead him on or give him a false idea, it just, like, somewhere I'm going wrong. Because...
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. And I have another example of, like, guys being obsessed very easily and then just, like, kind of being exhausting for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much I've said about him on the podcast. I think I talked about him. But I went on a date with a guy recently, like, different guy.
Right, because there's been
I mentioned him. He was the one who we were supposed to go out, and then he canceled last minute, and I was annoyed. Right. We ended up going out on a second date. Fine, whatever. And then, like, the day after the second date, I had told him the night before, I was like, oh, I'm going to be super busy. Like, I'm going to hang out with friends, and then I have work. So, like, he knew I was going to be busy. And at, like, 2 p.m., not even at, like, late at night, he texted me, and he's like, I thought you were going to text me today. And I was, like, already kind of like, okay, that's kind of weird. Right. Like, okay. And so I was like, oh, sorry, I've been busy all day. And I was like, oh, like, how was the beach? He told me he was going to go to the beach. And he goes, are you playing a game with me? I have no idea where I went wrong at this point. And so I'm like, what? And he goes on this, he sends me this whole paragraph, and he's like, you can't believe you said you were going to text me, and you didn't text me, da 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 da. And I just, like, we're not even dating, so it's not that serious, but I just thought you were different, and da da. And I was like,
you obviously think it's that serious. If you have to send all that, you think it's serious.
And I said the same thing in response. I was like, I'm sorry, I've been busy all day.
Right.
Like I said, it's 2 p.m. It's not even like I haven't texted him in, like, 24 hours.
Right.
So, and then, like, we stopped talking because I was like, I'm so done. Like,
yeah, no,
I'm not into that. Like, we went on 2 dates. If you cannot handle not being texted for 8 hours since we seen each other, I'm not interested.
Right.
And he calls me at 2 a.m. and is like, we need to talk. Like, please. He's a very nice guy. I'm not interested in that. Like, that puts emotional stress on me. That's tiring to try to keep up with somebody like that. And so, obsession is kind of an issue. Yeah. Like, from both perspectives, from being the victim of obsession and being the person being obsessed over, it's never a good situation. It's just tiring for everybody
it's time
involved.
Consuming.
Yeah. Time consuming. So I guess you can talk about this, because this kind of goes into, like, a positive note, but the way to stop obsessing is to put that time that you're thinking about them into something else. And so Peyton's been doing very good on her health and
my health and wellness
journey. So
I literally said that the other day. I said, like, I'm on my health journey, and I was laughed at. My mom literally laughed at me. She's like, okay. And I was like, no, like, I'm so serious. I'm on my health journey. I have been doing so well because that's my thing is, obviously, like, I'm in a relationship, so I don't have, like, crazy, obsessions, whatever going on. But I do think definitely putting your time and effort into something else is helpful. I mean, I go to the gym. I try to go to the gym, like, every morning because it helps me, like, the day is just better from then on. I have, like, a clear head right off the bat from my day. And I feel like, I mean, we used to go together too in the morning. And I feel like it helps because, you know, you wake up, you go to the gym, you get your Starbucks. The day is already on track for a good day. And I feel like since you don't have, I mean, at least for our workout classes, I can't think of anything else. Like
for an hour, you can't think of anything besides the movements,
right? And our coach screaming at us
how much it hurts and how much you want to go to get in bed after.
Exactly. So you don't really have time to think about anything. So I feel like definitely picking something that you can do, like for us, it's these gym classes, because you truly can't think about anything else while you're doing these classes. And then also you just feel better throughout the day. Like you don't want to think about the situations like that. Like you don't want to be obsessed over other things because it brings your day down. You're like, I already had such a good morning. Why would I ruin it thinking about this? So I think that helps a lot. But definitely that. I mean, you've started some hobbies.
Yes,
you've got your hobbies.
I've been sewing.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's so fun.
I know. I'm like getting into my wifey material mode. I can sew now. Yeah. I can cook like 2 other things besides mac and cheese.
Great job.
I know, right? So like this summer has been very good.
Right. It's like finding hobbies and stuff to do. But no, it's definitely filling your time with like other things, because if your plate is full, you can't add things on.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've kind of been trying to do with. I really wish we could say names.
I know.
Because it's so sorry for everybody trying to keep track. Her boyfriend's friend, but the one that I like, is, I used to make 2 nights out of my week to go see him. And her, I guess. Like, to go
I was there too.
See him, like, 2 times a week. And when I was like, I'm giving up, I kind of started spending those times doing other things and things that I wanted to do. And instead of getting there at like...
You went rock climbing?
Yeah, rock climbing. Fun. Instead of going like early, like as soon as he got there, I'd come like 2.5 hours late. Like, just kind of not prioritizing the time with him.
Right.
So that like I can do something that I'm enjoying more, rather than being like, oh, is he gonna text me today? Is he gonna like, what's he gonna say today? Like,
no.
It's so much extra stress, and so...
Right, and you don't need that.
I don't need that. I'm a teenager.
It's unnecessary, exactly.
It's summer.
It is. It's summer. We're 19. Why waste it? That's true. Well, speaking about the gym, to get our brains cleared, we're going to go head to the gym now, but hope you guys enjoyed.
Well, you can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and then... you know, the regular stuff. Follow us on everything. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Bye, bitch.